Let's take a closer look at the timeline. The timeline looks like a ruler above the tracks, and is broken into units of time. The playhead always displays the time code for the current frame. My playhead is currently parked at 0 hours, 0 minutes, 42 seconds, and 15 frames. Camtasia divides every second of real time into 30 frames, so you could say that my playhead is located at exactly 42.5 seconds. If you drag your playhead forward slowly, watch the last two numbers as they go up. They'll get to 29, and then the next frame will be 00, and then begin counting at 00 frames again. The timecode is extremely helpful when editing, since it lets you find and talk about specific points in your movie. You can zoom into your timeline by dragging the slider here on your toolbar. As you do, the divisions on the timeline shows you more precise time details. The audio waveform on the bottom track is also much easier to see the individual words and phrases. Press the spacebar to play a few seconds of audio, and then press it again to stop playback. While you do, watch the waveform as the playhead moves over it. You can also use the keyboard command of Command-T, which is located here on the right side of the menu. Did you notice how you can see the separation in the words and phrases? If you're having trouble seeing it on your screen, try using the keyboard shortcut of Command-Shift= to zoom in, and then try again. Then use Command-Shift- to zoom back out. If you go up to the View menu, go down to Timeline, and select Zoom to Fit, or press Command-Shift-0. This will adjust the zoom of your timeline so you can see your entire project again. Camtasia allows you to have an unlimited number of tracks. You can add a new track by clicking on the plus icon here on the left of the timeline. Or you can right or control click on any empty part of a track and then select Insert and choose either above or below. You can remove individual tracks by right or control clicking on them and selecting Remove Track, or get rid of all the empty tracks at once by selecting Remove All Empty Tracks. To see more details in your clips, use the track height slider here on the left to zoom in further. You can also use the keyboard shortcuts of Option equals or Option minus to increase or decrease the track height. On the far left edge of each track are the track controls. The top icon turns hiding on and off. Notice my Explore California logo in the lower right disappears from the canvas when track hiding is enabled. Click the eye icon again to make the logo reappear on the canvas. Hiding is really useful when you have objects layered on the canvas and need to see or select an object on a lower track. Just below the visibility icon is the lock icon. Clicking the lock leaves anything on that track still visible in the canvas, but notice now that you're not able to select the clips on the timeline or in the canvas. Click the lock icon again to unlock the track. Locking a track is helpful when you don't want to change an object on the canvas after you get it set the way that you want it, but you still want it visible when you press play. Double-click on the name of a track to change its name. I'll change this track's name to Logo, and this track's name to Main Story. Naming your tracks is helpful to keep track of what content goes on which track.